Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 8, Framing of Constitution and its Features, lecture number 4. Friends, up to now, in this chapter we have discussed about the Constitution. We discussed why this Constitution is essential for any country. It is the collection of rules, laws that are made by any country to govern its country. Friends, Constitution is very much important as it guides the government how that country should be governed. We discussed about this Constitution in detail in our previous lectures. We also discussed how our Constitution was framed. Our Constitution was framed as per the guidelines of the cabinet mission that was sent by the Britishers. Friends, according to them, Constituent Assembly was framed and Dr. Rajendra Prasad was made the president of this Constituent Assembly with the efforts of lots of people like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, then females like Sarojini Naidu, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, they also contributed in framing our Constitution. Friends, after Dr. Rajendra Prasad was made the president of this Constituent Assembly, a drafting committee was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. With their invaluable efforts, we made our Constitution, and at last, on 26 January 1950, our Constitution was implemented on us. And since that day, 26 January is celebrated as Republic Day in our country. We also discussed about preamble in our previous lecture. We discussed how preamble is important. It is introduction. That means preamble shows and gives information about the Constitution, how the Constitution runs, what is the importance of Constitution. It guides the government, it guides the people to know about the aims and goals and objectives about the Constitution. If there is any interpretation, if anyone wants to make any interpretation in the Constitution, preamble plays a very important role. So friends, we discussed about preamble in our previous lecture. Today, we are going to discuss about democratic country. As you all know friends, that India is a democratic country. We discussed in the previous chapter when we were studying about the Cold War. We discussed that their groups were divided into two parts. That is, one side was America and the other was Russia. They both followed different ideology. America followed democratic and Russia followed communist. Friends, same way, as we all know that India is also a democratic country. We also follow democracy in our country. So today we are going to learn and understand about democratic country. That which country is considered as democratic country. Let us know and get information about democratic country. A democratic country. Let us share and have information and the meaning and explanation. Let us have the meaning and explanation of a democratic country. Let us have and understand the meaning and explanation of a democratic country. Here it is said, the word democracy is derived from a Greek word. Friends, here it is said, the word democracy is derived from the Greek words demos, Greek word demos, It is derived from the Greek word demos, which means people. Is derived from the Greek, words, it's not words, it's words. The word democracy is derived from the Greek words demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power. Friends, here now understand from where this democratic word is derived. The word democracy is derived from the Greek word demos, that is, which means people, and kratos, which means power. Demos means people and kratos means power. That means the power of the people. Here it is said. Thus, the word democracy, it means, so what is the meaning of democracy? That is, it means power to the people. That means power is with the people. In a democratic country, power is always with the people. People has the power even to remove the president from its seat. That is why here in a democratic country, people elects and also can remove even the president or prime minister from their post, and that is the power of people. That means here in a democratic country, democracy means power to the people, means power is with the people itself over here in democratic country. If we talk about a democratic country, in democratic country, the power in democratic country, whatever power is there, the power of country does not lie here. The power of country does not lie within a group of people. In democratic country, the power of country does not lie within a group of people, but lies within the people. Friends, clearly understand what this statement wants to say. Here it is saying in democratic country, the power of country does not lie within only some group of people, but instead of that, the power of country lies within the people. Means each and every people has importance in this democratic country. Each and every people is given importance. Thus, democracy means of the people, by the people, and for the people. Friends, here democracy means of the people, by the people, and for the people. That means the government is of the people means whoever is elected as the superior person of our country, that is the Prime Minister or President, he is among the people of India, he is the citizen of India, by the people, that means the government is elected by the people and that government is working for the people. That means democracy means of the people, by the people and for the people. According here, friends, here it is said that according to our constitution, the ultimate power lies in the hands of people. According to our constitution, the ultimate power lies in the hand of the people. The country does not function. Here it is said that the country does not function as per the regime or we can say rule. The country does not function as per the regime of any particular person. Our country is not functioning as per the regime of any particular person. They are not working as per the regime of any particular person. But it functions as per people. Here our country's regime is, here it is said that the power lies in the hand of the people. That is why the functioning of the country is not done as per the regime of any particular person, but it is functions as per the people, as per the people. Here it is said, in democratic country, the administration is, in democratic country, the administration is truly democratic. That is truly democratic. That is, we can say, irrespective of social, economical or political status of a person. In democratic country, the administration that is done, that is truly democratic. That is irrespective of social, economical or political status of a person. Every people are treated equally in the eye of law. In the eye of law, each and every people are treated equally, because as we all know that in our country, if any person is approaching to get judgment, if that person goes to the court, whether that person is rich or poor, then it doesn't make any kind of difference. If that person is at high post or if that person is at low post, that doesn't matter. Each and every person are treated equally in the eye of law. If any MLA or MP has also done any kind of crime in our country, then he also has to face the procedure of court and that person also is punished if that is he has done any kind of work that is against the law. So every people are treated equally in the eye of law. Moreover, every people enjoys equal rights. Moreover, every people enjoys equal rights of participation in the activities of the country. That means each and every people enjoys equal rights. That means it is having equal right to participate in any kind of activity that is for the sake of the country. Friends, here it is said that the democratic government is based on equality. The democratic government is based on equality, liberty, and brotherhood. The democratic government is based on equality, liberty, and brotherhood. And it works continuously. These people work continuously to achieve these aims. That means the democratic government is totally based on equality, liberty, and brotherhood. Our government is based on equality, liberty, and brotherhood is given to each and everyone. And this democratic government is working continuously to achieve these aims. That is to achieve equality, liberty, and brotherhood in our country. The Constitution gives the power to vote. The Constitution gives the power to vote, or we can say to cast the vote freely, to cast their vote freely, and hence instill the confidence in the Constitution. The Constitution gives the power to vote to the people. The people can freely cast their vote according to their own wish in the democratic country. And due to that reason, the confidence is instilled in the Constitution. People are having confidence in the Constitution. Here it is said, the Constitution of The Constitution of Democratic India provides fundamental rights. They provide fundamental rights and principles for political directions The Constitution of our democratic India, they provide fundamental rights to its citizen. They are giving the rights to the citizen, as well as the principles for these political directions are given by the Constitution. Here, when we are talking about Constitution, here it is said that any citizen of India who has desired, the citizen of India, any citizen of India who has desired constitutional eligibility, who has constitutional eligibility can contest the election. That means that in a democratic country, whoever person has the constitutional eligibility, means the eligibility that is given in the constitution. If any person has that eligibility, then he can stand in the election. He can contest the election without any discrimination. Here it is said they can contest the election. Then the posts of ministers are not hereditary. The posts of ministers are not hereditary, but the posts of these ministers are not in heredity, but it is earned through. Friends, here it is said the post of the ministers, the post of ministers in our country that are not in heredity. In heredity, they do not assume the post, but they are earned through good deeds. If the person is doing good deeds, then and then in the election that person will win and assume the post of minister. Otherwise, he will not get that post in the heredity. Friends, here it is said that parliamentary system, then selection of ministers, parliamentary system, then selection of ministers, or we can say selection of ministers, or we can say members of assembly, then independent and impartial justice, independent and impartial justice, independent and impartial justice, and existence of election commission, and the existence of election commission are provisions which truly make our country country. Friends, here it is said the parliamentary system of our country, selection of ministers, or we can say selection of members of assembly, independent and impartial judiciary that is present in our country, and justice in our country, existence of election commission that makes a true fair election in our country, that is the existence of election commission. All these are the provisions that truly make our country as a democratic country. So friends, today you might have understood about what is a democratic country. Here the power lies with the people. From selection to the person who is at the post of minister, who is governing the country, from that person to getting equal treatment, getting fundamental rights, all are equal in the eye of law. These all are the base provision of any democratic country. So friends, you might have understood about democratic country today. We learn about the more information about the election of this election in this democratic country in our next lecture. Thank you.